Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action. It may be called the state police, state troopers, militia, the rangers, or the highway patrol. These are the stories of the men whose training, skill, and courage have enforced and preserved our state laws. Cooperation on the part of law enforcement agencies everywhere plays a vital part in detection of crime and apprehension of the criminal. During May, an outbreak of crime near the Mexican border emphasized the importance of such cooperation.
All right, ladies, get out of that car and start moving down the hill.
Same MO again. Man standing in the road with a stop sign waving a red flag.
And the woman stopped her car and that's it?
Yeah, that was it. And that makes 5 in the last 2 weeks.
Did you get a description?
Well, no, it was pretty general, like most of the others. She was too scared to be much help.
Well, I can understand that when you got a gun pointed at you.
I put out an APB in her car. Do you want to talk to the woman?
No, I got another idea. How far is it to the border?
About 3 miles.
Why don't you stay with this case? I'm going into Mexico and talk to Captain Gonzalez.
Hi there. Get out of the car.
Well, what's wrong?
Get out of the car.
Hal, please do as he says.
And you go with him.
Okay, mister, what's next?
Take a walk. Start walking in that direction and don't bother to look back. You might get yourself shot for your trouble.
Hal, come on. Don't do anything foolish, darling. Come on, let's go. Come on.
Buenos dias, Dan. Hello, how are you?
Let's sit down.
Sure.
Nice to see you in Mexico, even if it's an official business.
Well, I might as well get down to cases. We've run into an epidemic of stolen cars right close to your border.
I know. I posted a list of your stolen cars at all our checkpoints.
The MO is always the same. Fellow's got a road worker stop sign and a red flag. When the victim stops, he pulls a gun on him, and that's it.
I see.
You know, we haven't even got a good description of this guy.
Have any of the cars been recovered?
No, they seem to drop out of sight completely, so, well, there's only one explanation.
You think that the thieves have found a way of getting the cars into Mexico?
Yeah, that's about it. That's why I wanted you to meet me here, so we could see what happened. Also, we can't be seen.
We'll be happy to help you then. My entire highway patrol is at your service.
Thanks a lot, Julio. We'll be in touch with you.
In the meantime, I'll contact the men in Mexico City.
Yeah, that's the logical place, all right. Small cars are in demand down there.
We'll check around.
Good. Thanks a lot.
You bet.
It all happened so fast. We weren't sure just what the man looked like.
Well, I try to think. Did he have light hair or dark hair?
I don't know. It made me pretty mad, and I might have tried to jump him if it hadn't been for Nora.
Oh, Mrs. Franks was right. You try to jump a man with a gun pointed at you would be a big mistake. Excuse me a minute. 3016 to 2150.
2150, bye.
Hold up and stolen car on Highway 26. Victim's now at the Price Place junction of Granada Way.
I'll be there right away. 10-4?
10-4. I got out an APB on the stolen car.
Did you get a good description of the suspect?
No, not good. They can't quite agree on it.
Let's see if we can pin it down.
Mr. and Mrs. Franks, this is Mr. Matthews, the Highway Patrol.
How do you do?
Mr. Matthews?
Mr. and Mrs. Franks, this is the second car that's been stolen in this area today.
Now, it could be the same man. It could be two different people.
Or an organized gang of car thieves.
No, it was just one man that robbed us.
Well, we need a good description of that man.
Well, as I said, I was pretty mad.
That's not going to identify him, now think. What did he look like?
He wasn't as tall as I am, I know that. But I can't be sure about his face or the color of his hair. All I could see was that gun pointed straight at us.
How about you?
Well, I've been trying to picture his face again, just as it looked on the road. I think Hal is right. He was smaller than he is.
Well, was he wearing a hat?
Yes, he was.
Oh, what kind?
Well, it was a soft blue cap. That's why I couldn't tell what color his hair was.
How about his clothes?
Well, he had a brown leather jacket, a blue shirt, and brown pants.
Anything else? Any scars? Did he have a mustache?
No, he didn't have a mustache.
If you saw this man again, would you know him?
Yes, I'd know him. I'm sure of it. I'd remember the way he looked at Hal. I thought he was going to shoot him.
Let's talk about the car. Any holes in the upholstery?
I don't think so.
Anything spilled on the floor that might mark it?
Oh, no, we've been very careful.
Is there anything special about the car that would help us identify it?
Well, I gave him the color and the year and make and the license number.
Yeah, but suppose that in a couple of hours your car's painted a different color. It's got new plates, new registration. How would you know it if you saw it again?
Well, there's a dent in the rear fender.
Well, that could be straightened out.
Oh, and I guess I don't know. Wait a minute. I do know how I could identify the car.
How?
Our youngster used to play with a cigarette lighter. We were afraid he'd burn himself, so I disconnected the cigarette lighter and taped the ends.
Well, that gives us something to go on. We'll try and get your car back for you. Thanks very much. Come on.
You folks wait here. There'll be a man after my car. He'll drive you into town.
Hey, it looks like a really nice, clean job.
You said it. The motor is smooth as silk. Top price for this one.
Yeah, looks good. Any problems?
No, man and wife. Where's the other one?
Oh, we've got it out already.
Good.
Curtis is on the phone. He's standing by in Guadalupe. What do you want me to tell him?
Now, let me see. It'll take about 4 hours to get this baby dressed for traveling, which should bring you to Guadalupe about 3:30. Tell him this one's Class A.
Okay.
And that means you've no time to loaf. This one's perfect except for the paint job, so get out your spray gun and go to work.
The two automobile thefts in one day gave Dan Matthews an opportunity to put his theory to a test. With the cooperation of the Mexican Highway Patrol, it might be possible to discover whether or not there was an outlet across the border for these stolen cars.
How are we doing? We have set up roadblocks at these points. Here, here, and here. And in some cases, double roadblocks.
Good.
There's nothing anyone can do with a stolen car in this section. They have to go south to find a market.
Yeah, that's right.
All this, of course, is based on the possibility that the thieves are bringing the cars into Mexico to sell. Which, under ordinary circumstances, is not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, I know that. Look, the holdup occurred right here, but this time I think we got a little luck.
Past report?
Yeah, the victims were picked up by a passing motorist. They flagged a highway patrol car 5 minutes after the robbery.
Highway 26, that's somewhat of an isolated area.
And in 10 minutes, we had that whole area completely sealed off.
Now, if they didn't hide the car in a haystack, there's only one place to take it. That's across the border.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Look, by the time they've changed the serial number, repainted it, and sold it to somebody in Mexico, we're going to have a tough time finding it. There is a little hope, though.
What?
The cigarette lighter behind the dash has been disconnected and taped. Boy, we're scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one.
I'll have my men advise of that. In the meantime, there's nothing we can do here. Shall we check roadblocks?
Can we use your undercover car?
Oh.
Let's go.
I tell you, it's a waste of time changing those tires. And it cuts down the profits, too.
And it cuts down on the possibility of all of us winding up in the clink.
I think you worry too much.
The paint dry?
Sure.
I'll put the new registration certificate in the holder. And I've got a Mexican entry permit to match.
I still say you worry too much.
What goes?
Dave thinks it's a waste of time and money to change tires and have permits printed.
Oh, well, that's one of the troubles with Dave. He can only see as far as the end of his nose.
Look, you...
You look. Suppose Joe, owner of this car, drove it through some nice soft ground near his house, and the cops pick up the tire prints.
And suppose they check those prints against the tires on this car.
Not a chance.
There's always a chance. Besides, you don't risk meeting a roadblock in one of these cars, Davy boy. I do.
What are you giving me? The only place they check these cars is at border checkpoints. And you're already in Mexico.
So what?
So what? You haven't hit a roadblock in Mexico since we've been working this deal.
There's always the first time. That's why we have to catch every possible identification point and wipe it out. We can't afford to overlook a single bet.
Well, any luck?
The boys found a cigarette lighter out of order, all right, but it turned out to be one of those foreign cars.
Well, they might be able to change the color of the car, but I'm sure they can't change the size of it.
Outside of that, everything seems to be pretty well covered. Let's check other blocks, huh?
Okay.
Well, the paint's okay.
Everything's shipshape. I don't think we've missed a single bet. Well, it's all yours. Watch your step.
Don't worry, I'll see you later.
Let's get to work on the one in the barn. I want it ready by the time Yvonne gets back.
Oh, can't we wait until tomorrow? I'm bushed.
I can't afford to keep a stolen car a minute longer than I have to.
Okay, let's get to work.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry to inconvenience you like this, but we have to examine every car that passes this way today.
Sounds exciting. Has there been a robbery?
Something along that line. Would you mind stepping out of the car for a moment?
Oh, no, not at all. Thank you.
May I see your driver's license and entry permit?
Yes, of course.
Check the cigarette lighter.
Mrs. Yvonne Hooper, San Francisco.
That's right.
Do you own the car, Mrs. Hooper?
No, my husband does. But I own my husband, so I guess I own the car.
What is your destination in Mexico?
Mexico City. It's a wonderful place.
It is indeed. Staying very long?
Well, it depends on how much time off my husband can get. He's meeting me next week.
Thank you, Miss Hooper. I hope you enjoy your visit in Mexico.
This could be the end of the tape lighter. The car checks out.
I don't believe we have to detain you any longer. Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's all right now.
You may go now, Mrs. Hooper. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry we detained you.
It's quite all right.
You found something?
A disconnected lighter with taped ends.
Could it be a coincidence?
Well, we gotta be sure. She had an entry permit, didn't she?
Yes, it indicated she went through the border about 2 hours ago.
We should call the border, see if it's legitimate. In the meantime, let's see what she does with the car and where she goes. I'll bet she doesn't take the same road and go through the same roadblock.
No, but it'll be easy to keep track of her now. I'll put a tail on this stolen car till we find out who gets her and who sells it.
Okay.
I'm going to have them discontinue the roadblocks and follow close behind. Habla Capitán González. Descontinúen el bloqueo. Sí, y síganos de cerca. Esperen órdenes. I wonder where she's going. We're only a few miles from the border.
Looks like we found their hideout.
Capitán González, a carros de patrulla número 1 y número 2. Estacionen sus automóviles cerca del mío y luego prosigan hacia el bosque.
Have any trouble?
No, but I think they're getting wise. I went through a couple of tough roadblocks.
I don't like that.
Neither do I. This'll hold us for a while. We'll let things cool off a bit.
I'll be right back.
Hold it!
It's the cop!
Are you in the barn? Come on out with your hands up! We're gonna cross that clearing, that's for sure.
Tear gas bombs in one of the other cars. Sanchez, trae las bombas lacrimosas.
Well, this one's dead.
I'll get the coroner an ambulance. Look at that, King.
Thanks for your help, Julio.
It was a pleasure.
You know, I wish you'd have stolen my car. It needs a new paint job. See Highway Patrol again next week. Until then, remember, reckless driving doesn't determine who's right, only who's left. This is Roderick Crawford saying, see you next week.